On this channel, we provide useful programming information with practical code examples. This time, we're looking at SASS's at root. We'll cover everything from basic usage of at root to advanced examples, step by step. Enabling subtitles will make the code descriptions easier to understand. At root is a directive provided by SAS that is used to move nested selectors or properties from the current nesting to the parent scope. By leveraging this feature, you can control nesting depth and generate the intended CSS more efficiently. SASS's nesting makes code more readable, but overly deep nesting can cause unintended CSS to be generated. By using at root, you can exclude specific code blocks from the nesting structure. When you convert the SAS file to CSS, it will look like this. Because of at root.nav item is output outside .nav. Even within deep nesting, using at root lets you move specific selectors to the root level. This allows you to output controlled CSS even within complex structures. When you convert the SAS file to CSS, it will look like this. By using at root, card title is output outside card header. By specifying arguments, at root can be controlled more flexibly. When you use the without argument, the output ignores the specified scopes. In other words, you can remove parent rules or media queries. When you convert the SAS file to CSS, it will look like this. In this case, at root without media excludes the media query scope, and .nav___ item is output at the root. Using with keeps only the specified scopes in the output. Useful when you want to output to the root while preserving specific scopes. When you convert the SAS file to CSS, it will look like this. At root with media moves the selector to the root while preserving the media query structure. You can also specify multiple scopes at the same time, separated by spaces. When you convert the SAS file to CSS, it will look like this. In this example, both rule, regular selectors, and media queries are excluded, so global style doesn't belong to any scope and is output entirely at the root level. This is useful when you want to intentionally define global styles even within complex nesting. Using at root, you can output root-level styles from within media queries. This lets you define responsive design at the component level. When you convert the SAS file to CSS, it will look like this. Using @root, you can output root-level styles from within media queries as well. This makes it easy to define independent global styles for each breakpoint. @root is handy when you want to output styles at the root level under specific conditions. It's especially helpful when handling media queries or theme-specific styles within components. By using @root, you can generate independent global classes even from within media queries. This makes it easier to organize themes and states per component. When you convert the Sass file to CSS, it will look like this. In this example, while defining styles for the dark theme inside card, @root generates a separate card dark class. This allows you to switch classes flexibly across different themes. When using @root, keep the following points in mind. Avoid excessive use. @root is powerful, but overusing it can obscure the intent of your nesting. Clarify intent. Leaving comments about why you're using @root makes it easier for other developers to understand. Be mindful of scope consistency. Moving output to the root can change style dependencies. Be clear about which elements it applies to. Combine with other Sass features. Combining @root with @mixin and @function enables more flexible CSS design. The source code for this video can be downloaded from the official website. If you like, please visit the URL in the description to aid your learning. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and giving it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.